Hello, Marvelous Ones, it is I, the self-acclaimed Marvelous One with a brand new Let's Play. It's been too long since my last one, but as you can see by the title, I know it's on your screen, we're playing Shovel Knight. No, we're not doing Spectres of Torment, although technically that's a prequel, so I could do it first, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be doing Shovel Knight, or as the main campaign for Shovel Knight, or as it's called officially now under the Treasure Trove banner, Shovel Knight Shovel of Hope, I believe it's called. We'll find out in just a second. But this is interesting. This game is a game that I love. This is a game that has won the hearts of a lot of people in the gaming community over the past couple years. And as you can see, it has 3 different campaigns between Shovel Knight, Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, and up in the final campaign, which is King Knight with King of Cards, I believe it's called. Of course, I'm going to name my profile Iggy because I love it. But Shovel Knight was a game that was I credit it to being my introduction to indie games, because before this I didn't really play them. I was pretty much your typical PS3 owner who had those big AAA games, you know, your Uncharted's, your Mortal Kombat's, your Mass Effect's, your Red Dead's. I played a lot of those games, and I wasn't really into the mindset of playing like anything old school. I wanted to play stuff new, because at that time I just got back into gaming. I wanted to see what the new hardware was, all that good shit. And it was this game right here. I don't remember if it was Twitter or Facebook. It wasn't Facebook. I don't think it was Facebook. I was off Facebook by that point. But if it was Twitter or if it was a message board somewhere, I can't remember exactly where. And I saw the Kickstarter trailer for this. I'm like, wow, I would love to do that. And that was coincidentally the first time I heard about Kickstarter. And at the time, I think the game was about to, it was either completing or it was about to come out. I was like, wow, I want to buy that. And so I did. And I originally bought this on my Nintendo 3DS. And I fell in love. And it's so great that almost 5 years later, I can't believe it's been that long, it's been getting DLCs and updates, which I will go over to the course of the series. But basically, if you didn't mind my rambling, the story is that Shovel Knight and Shield Knight were friends. Something happened, and now Shovel Knight went to retirement. Now he's come out because the Knights of Order of No Quarter are causing havoc. And this is the first level, and it was this first level that sold me on the game. And it reminded me of like playing Super Mario World or Sonic 1, where that first level is so important to hook a player, that to let them know what you're in for, and teaching them mechanics, and also listening to great ass music. Like, who doesn't love Super Mario World's level 1's opening theme, or definitely of course Sonic the Hedgehog, whether in Sonic 1 with Green Hill Zone, or Sonic 2 with Emerald Hill Zone, or Sonic 3 with Angel Island Zone. But so it's an 8-bit. It's clearly an 8-bit platformer. You know, nothing much to be said there. But I love how this level kind of tells you everything you know about the game. Everything you're going to see here is how you play the game. You have a shovel, you can dig up things, you can pound enemies, you can bounce some bubbles, so sort of like if you ever played the old DuckTales for NES, which I never did, you can do that. But it's all about, it's an old school platformer that has the charm of older games, but it doesn't really have bullshit hard. There's a couple of difficult points, but never did I thought, well, this is hard, I don't want to play anymore. I just kept wanting to play more. And of course you collect gems, you know, and so this is our first mini boss. Typical dragon enemy, nothing too hard. Remember, you know, the game pretty much tells you what to do without having to stop every 5 minutes, you know, telling you, hey, you know, you can press the down while jumping up, and that'll deliver that'll make you, you know, do a jump. Not jump. A pogo jump, you know, which I think is pretty cool. You know, it makes a player forced, you know, to figure things out. And this one's actually a pretty decent opening level, and I love this music, which I believe is called Strike the Earth. It's very, very catchy. It's very energetic. Like, it's not. It captures the spirit of those older, you know, 8-bit, 16-bit games where that first level is so important. You know, you have to, especially, you know, with how many games or how many forms of entertainment were out back then, and even especially now, you have to hook a player's attention somehow, and this game does it really, really well. And of course, this is our first secret, you know, and if for those who might be asking, No, I will not be going after all the notes. It's just kind of ridiculous, and I've never done it. Not that it's not hard, but it's just something I don't like to do. I don't like to go out of collectibles too much in games. I kind of just like to beat the campaign and do the challenges that I do. You know, play it your way. You know, that was an old slogan from somewhere, and I don't remember what slogan that was. Play it your way. God damn it! Now it's gonna drive me crazy for the rest of the series. And again, here, it shows you right there, you can jump off of enemies to get to higher places. You know, very, very basic stuff without interrupting the flow of gameplay. And I think the enemies are, everything about this is really, really cool. Like, one thing that this game does really great, and we'll see further on as we get into the rest of the series, is where it pays homage to the games of past, but unlike a certain other game I've been playing recently, it doesn't hold itself back to those limitations, and it uses them as a foundation, but makes it accessible for people who have maybe either didn't play games back in the day, or, you know, just didn't grow up with it. You know, hey, guys, newsflash, they're the kids, you know, they're kids who didn't grow up with this 8-bit, 16-bit era. Their first console was the Nintendo Wii, which is crazy to think about. You know, that's just nuts to me. By the way, this first challenge, if you're new to games or new to platformers, this one might kill you, and don't feel ashamed about that. Grab another note right there. You know, nothing to be ashamed about. I think I almost died. I think I died a couple of times when I first played it, you know, because again, this was the first time I got back into retro stuff. You know, kill everything. I love everything about this game, and this sort of, again, like I said, it made me made me start to appreciate these games more. You know, now, like, if you follow my Twitter account, which you can look in the description for all that stuff, you can hear me talk about, like, Celeste or Owlboy or any other game. Like, this may open a whole new world of gaming to me, and now it's how I prefer to play video games. Like, don't get me wrong, I love big budget releases or a big, you know, cinematic story, you know, with 3D visuals, but something about these kind of games that are done really, really well, I don't know, man, like, it kicks a fire within me that I get more excited for them. So we're near the end of the level. Again, nothing too challenging. This is the first world after all, you know. And I'll be going to the what the currency means, because not currency, that is currency, the gold, because gold actually does things for later. And for some reason, I'm teabagging right there. I don't know why. Like, anytime a character has a crouch animation, I teabag them. I teabag. Like, I don't teabag in fighting games. I hate it when that happens. But I teabag, like, computer enemies. Like, yeah, take your cheapness and get out of here. Be careful, because you can, you know, don't go after the treasure, because you will die. I love these skeleton enemies. They can cause severe knockback, so be careful with that. Again, you know, the level gradually gets harder. It's not super hard, especially if you play platformers on your life. This is going to be a cakewalk for you, but I believe that this is like this game does a great job of introducing everything to you. You know, I do think this is a little funny right here, how the enemies are kind of hidden in grass, so you might take a shot every now and then, but again, nothing too substantial. Always dig up every single, you know, treasure, little dirt clod, because you're always going to get free treasure. It's free money. You don't want to give away free money. This challenge coming up right here as we go to the next screen. This one might kill you because the gaps are a little bit wider. That narrow jump actually might kill you if you don't time your jumps just right, especially if you're new. But again, if you play these all your life, this isn't gonna be nothing for you. You know, credit to Yaka Games, that doesn't make any sense. Yaka Games for making this is their first game, and this has really been the only game they've worked on, which I think is really cool. Like, you'd think most studios would have done like a sequel by now, but no, they've just been expanding upon Shovel Knight. And this is our titular enemy, or our rival character. This is the Black Knight, who's pretty much a evil version of Shovel Knight for the most part. Although there's more to him than that you might see as we go later on into the story. Yeah, he's kind of like your foil. He doesn't really appear that much, which I think it doesn't hurt the game overall, but I kind of would have liked at least one more encounter before we see him again. You know, and I love the background, as we can see the Enchantress's Tower in the background. It's a lot farther than that, but I just love that imagery. Like, it's just so cool. Like, it's a battle on the plains between these two warriors who are using shovels for some reason. He's not too hard. You know, his patterns are pretty easy to recognize. He's going to do that. You can easily dodge him by just going underneath, as I failed to do that right there. You can actually reflect those energy balls back with your shovel, which I don't do, and I didn't realize that for the longest time. You can reflect back projectiles. He'll laugh, so he does like a sort of Mortal Kombat Shao Kahn kind of thing, where like he'll taunt you. Yeah, see, there you go, right there. You can bounce back at him. You know, nothing too substantial. His dives, and you can, again, like that, you can interrupt his dives. He's pretty easy. It's all about, like any good boss fight, it's about recognizing patterns and understanding how to beat them. But you should have no problems with them. And we stand triumphant, and that's the first level. So not a bad introductory to this game. But now here's the biggest surprise, which I didn't know about, is that this game has a campfire. I was about to spoil it because I forgot about this. It's been so long since I actually recorded this footage. But I like these scenes right here. These scenes actually will come into play a bigger role later. But oh no, never mind. It's right here. It's been so long. But yeah, so like at certain intervals, every level ends the same way, where you'll have Shovel Knight trying to catch, you know, Shield Knight, and I've never not caught her. I don't know what happens, but it's like, you know, it's clear that even while he's sleeping, you know, he's thinking about his friend. You know, he still believes she's alive. And of course, you can put your fire out, which I think you get an achievement for that. I think it's called Only You, but because I'm playing this on the Wii U version multiple times, I've already gotten that achievement. And this is the prize I was talking about. This game actually has an overworld similar to Super Mario Bros. 3, which is so cool. Like it's not much, it's not super expansive, but it's big enough for the game is trying to be. You can see like little what the levels are gonna be like. You see the castle, you can see the King Knight's level, you can see Spectre Knight's level, and like foreshadowing what they're gonna be. And then we have this village, which is sort of be one of two hub worlds. One of two areas that you can visit that you can purchase health upgrades, armor upgrades, shovel upgrades. The latter we get to towards the end of the game, but for the most part, this is going to be your initial area to get either new weapons or increase your health. And then when you ever find those, and of course musical notes, if you find them, you bring them to this guy right here. He'll give you like 500 gold per note, so you can either like bring them back in your level, or you can, you know, bring them back in intervals. And of course, I had to put on Strike the Earth because I love that track so much. And you can talk to the different NPCs. You know, they offer various flavored text of dialogue. It's nothing. It's fun. It's funny. You know, there's not little things. And of course, this is where you can either extend your health and magic meter. Thankfully, it's all bound down to gold, and not like certain other things. So you can use your gold to buy meal tickets. Meal tickets get you more health. Increase your health by getting you a big ass meal for some reason. And if you go to the woman in blue, which I'm about to do in just a second, she can expand your magic, and it increases by 10 every single time. But of course, I can't do that because I don't have any relics yet. You don't get them till at least the second level. And I completely forgot to grab that meal. I just realized that. And over here, we have 3 different rooms down here. This is Croaker. He's a pun frog, or toad. I'll let you read that. Yeah, you talk to him. He has his new puns, and some of them are funny, some of them are great. But yeah, he has that. This is the Troop Acolyte. He's referring to a character we will meet later on, but it's actually pretty fun when we get there. And this guy's actually pretty helpful. That I'll get into later. But think of him as sort of like your weapons shop, or in multiple ways, as we'll see later on. That little ball I have right there is going to become super helpful later on. So be sure to grab those upgrades, or don't. It's up to you. Again, you know, and I love the background. You can see all the individual, like the little like bottles of alcohol in the background. Again, not detailed, of course, but I love that it's there because, you know, back in the day, in the NES days, it would have just been like a black wall or something, or just a repeating, you know, brick or something like that. So I love that. I love that it's using the art style of those games back in the day, but it's more so about, you know, bringing it to a adding the details that it couldn't, you know. That's what I love. It's kind of doing like a special edition Star Wars, but not, you know, traversing all games. And this right here, which I didn't know was here for the longest time, is a mini game that you can earn gold to. Basically, you have to hit these little flasks, I think they're called flasks, into the targets, and depending on which one you hit, you'll get points. The blue gets you the least amount of points, the green will get you the second, and of course, red is the highest. You can actually jump up and hit the targets, as I haven't done yet, but I think I do in a minute. If you hit the flasks that are multicolored, it'll send out multiple ones, getting you multiple points, so you definitely want to get those. So it's a little mini game. I think I only showed off this one time. If you need gold, because this is a pretty good way to get gold, because you don't have to spend too much gold to get it, but if you're good enough, you can get a lot of gold out of it. So if you want to get a certain upgrade, or you need a meal ticket to upgrade your health, or whatever reason, maybe you should play this mini game and you should be fine. Yeah, she gives you gold. Not substantial, but you know, if you play it enough, you know, you'll get your reward back. So there's that. So you can come, you know, hey, maybe you want to play it after you slayed a boss or something. And, you know, now we're and I don't think I realized that I didn't get the health upgrade. But now that I have relics, I can purchase this and upgrade my magic. So, God, I don't think I realized I didn't get the health item. Yeah, and you can't get that because I only have 6 coin. Yeah, I don't go back for it. Oh my God. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I recorded this back in September of last year, and I had to stop because of life just got in the way. So I don't remember why I didn't get it. Maybe it was just a hectic day that day or something. You can so I'll get into more with this later, because I don't think I get this achievement in this part, or if I do, it doesn't show up till later. Yeah, I love the townspeople. You know, they're definitely better and helpful than Zelda 2 townspeople, or Castlevania 2 townspeople. That poor lady, you gotta jump on her to get more treasure. You know, simple stuff. The as you can see, the brightly colored fairy with the amiibo wings, she can summon an amiibo companion, which I will show off later. I don't think you specifically need the Shovel Knight amiibo to do this. By the way, Shovel Knight has an amiibo. But it's a pretty helpful little thing that I'll show off later in the game. And for some reason, I'm teabagging everybody. I don't know why. You know? Also, more puns. I swear to God, whoever wrote this game loves puns. They just love puns. You know? Very, very fun. But I think that's going to do it for this time, ladies and gentlemen. Very good start. But next time we come back, I'm going to be tackling King's Knight next. But, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay marvelous. Have a good day, everybody.